Okay, hello. What's happening, world? Okay, let's see what is happening with me. What do you say? Gonna do a couple of things here. Let's see. What do you think about this? Let's see. Let me put myself there. Put that there. See if I can finally get this figured out. No, I want that there. There we go. That's more or less what I wanted. All right. So here we are. It says Harry Potter movie trivia. Yeah, that's what we're going to try today. Try a little Harry Potter movie trivia. This is from a website that I found. It's kind of interesting. So if you haven't found it, then maybe it'll be interesting to you. If you've already found it, well, maybe it's not as interesting because you've already seen it. But I can't do anything about that, can I? All right. So here, let me just read what it's got written here. The 8 Harry Potter films have amassed more money than any other franchise. Wow. Making close to $1 billion worldwide for each movie. Whichever movie is your favorite, our list of Harry Potter movie trivia will challenge your memory and that of your friends and family. You guys are my friends, so. We have even included some quotes from the films. Test even the most fervent Harry Potter fan. Good luck answering. We have even included some quotes from the films. Test even. Let's see. Which test even the most fervent Harry Potter's fans? Anyway, I didn't write this. Okay, so here we go. Here's the first question. Start out easy. All right, so in Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, what was the monster that resided in the chamber? Okay, so Chamber of Secrets, right? What was the monster that resided in the chamber? That is the question. Okay, what was that? Was that the second? That was the second Harry Potter? I think so. Wasn't that the second Harry Potter book? And yeah, so the Philosopher's Stone, then Chamber of Secrets, wasn't it? I think so. Anyway, so the Chamber of Secrets, Harry's still a young, fledgling little wizard there. But yeah, in that book or movie, in Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, what was the monster that resided in the chamber? The monster that lived in the chamber now. That's what we're looking for. What do you think? Anybody know the answer? All right. Well, true Harry Potter fans already know. I'll show the answer here, though. It was a basilisk. A basilisk, right? That kind of snake-like thing that supposedly, I guess, the fangs, it had poison, kind of like a snake does, had poison, and also turned people to stone, right? If they looked at it, it would turn them to stone. Was the danger, the trademark of the basilisk, right? That was the one where some people were turned to stone and so on. All right, so that's what happened there. Then the next question, who is Harry Potter's godfather? Who is Harry Potter's godfather? This is something I believe we find this out in the third. Wasn't the Chamber of Secrets? I don't think it was. I think it was the third book where we find this out. Didn't even know that he had a godfather until that book, I don't think. And so that was a bit of new information. Does anybody know, anybody aware of who Harry Potter's godfather is or was, as the case may be? Everybody got your answers there? Anybody care to type in an answer? No, nobody's here. Okay, well, You can do this on the replay. If you haven't figured, if you need more time to think, you can pause this on the replay. But for now, the answer is Sirius Black. Right? Sirius. Get serious. Yeah, Sirius Black is the Godfather, right? He was Harry's father's good friend, right? And was the Godfather. Yeah. Anyway, next question. Who says, got a quote here, who says the ones who love us never really leave us? And in which movie? Okay, so the ones who love us never really leave us. And in which movie? The who is probably easier than the which movie, maybe. It's kind of a nice scene from the book there, or the book or the movie. Yeah. So in which movie? I didn't actually. Did I watch all the movies? I don't think I've seen all the movies. Oh, yes, I have. Yeah, I have. Finally, I've seen all the movies. I read the books first. For most of the movies, I read the books first. Or what was it? No, let's see. Actually, I guess I watched the first movie and then I read, like, I think 3 books were finished about that time already. And I think I read the 3 or 4 books, and then read the books as they came out before the movies were available. Yeah. So, but anyway, who says the ones who love us never really leave us? And in which movie? All right, you ready for the answer? Sirius in Prisoner of Azkaban. Right? Prisoner of Azkaban. Right? Yeah. How Sirius survived Azkaban for as long as he did, that's quite amazing. Right? But anyway, yeah, the ones who love us never really leave us. He was talking to Harry at that time, of course. Okay. The next question. Which future Batman actor played Triwizard Tournament entrant Cedric Diggory? Okay, so now we're looking for the actor's name. So even if you are a Harry Potter super fan, know the books inside and out, you need to know a little bit about Hollywood actors, be reading, either familiar enough with the actors or have read the end credits of the movie to know the answer to this one. But not only Harry Potter, but you also need to know something about Batman, right? So which future Batman actor played Triwizard Tournament entrant Cedric Diggory? Cedric Diggory, you remember him? Yeah. And yeah, he was the one that that was the one where Harry was too young to get into the tournament but got in anyway. That was a strange thing. You'd think they would have done something, but I guess that's what that was the device that they needed in order to get Harry into that particular situation. And it was explained later on in the book as to how that happened and why and so on. But anyway, so the answer to that is Robert Pattinson, right? And we know Robert Pattinson from other appearances in movies, series, and so on, right? But he was a Batman also. Okay. Who did Ron compliment awkwardly? You're a little scary sometimes, that. Brilliant, but scary. You're a little scary sometimes, that. Brilliant, but scary. So who was Ron complimenting when he said that? This one is a little easier, I think, than the last two. Anyway, the first one I thought was pretty easy. This one is maybe the easiest. It really makes a lot of sense when you think about it. not too hard to figure out who Ron was talking to. He was complimenting someone, obviously someone very near and dear to him. And of course, that's Hermione, right? Hermione. Hermione is the answer. Okay. The next question. Who was Minister for Magic during the first 5 films? The Minister for Magic. The Minister for Magic? The Minister of Magic? Minister for Magic. Okay. All right. So, who was the Minister for Magic during the first 5 books, the first 5 films? Do you recall? Do you recall? The Minister for Magic was an important part in those movies, in those books. But you can do it. You can get it. Yeah. All right. So let's see. Who was the Minister for Magic? The answer is, ready? Cornelius Fudge. Cornelius Fudge. Love that name. Sure, why not? Cornelius Fudge. Cornelius is a great name. I remember the first time I remember hearing that name was actually Planet of the Apes. Cornelius, you remember that one? Anyway, okay. Next question. In which movie did the bewitched Ford Anglia play a large role? Whoa. In which movie did the bewitched Ford Anglia play a large role? You know this one? I'm not sure I know this one. I am not sure that I know this answer. Oh, wait a minute. Okay. Let's see. Ford Anglia. Anybody know the answers? Anybody know the answer to that one? Anybody at all? Any guesses? Any answers? Anything you want to say? Anything you want to do? Anything? What do you think? Okay. Okay, let's see what do we got going on here and now. Okay, well that's nothing there. All right, let's get out of that. All right, sorry, just a little distracted there. Had a message come in. Okay, so the answer is Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. Harry Potter, you all remember that one? That's our second movie. Second question about referring to the Chamber of Secrets. Chamber of Secrets, that's the one with the very first question about the monster in the Chamber of Secrets, right? Yeah, the Ford Anglia. That's the enchanted car that Harry and Ron drove or flew actually to get to Hogwarts because they missed the train, so to speak, as it were. And it ended up in the the threshing willow or whatever it was. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, hide that answer. Okay, and then come back to an easier one, I think. What object must be caught in order to end a Quidditch match? Quidditch. We all know Quidditch. Quidditch is everybody's favorite game now, right? Everybody's favorite sport. Quidditch. Looks to be actually quite a difficult game to play, sport to play. Yeah, but what object must be caught in order to end a Quidditch match? Okay, I'm sure that maybe you kind of know what it is. You maybe even have a picture of it in your mind, but do you remember the name of that particular item, that object? Of course you do. Everybody knows it is the golden snitch. The golden snitch. It's golden, and I don't know why snitch, but that's a great name. Okay, here we go. Next question. Nobody out there yet? All right, well, that's fine. Which two characters are being referred to? You both realize, of course, that in the past few hours you have broken perhaps a dozen school rules. Okay, which two characters are being referred to? You both realize, of course, that in the past few hours you have broken perhaps a dozen school rules. Now, this probably another easy one. At least I believe it is. What do you think? Is this an easy one? Tough one? What do you think? Which two characters are being referred to? You both. So who is the you both? Who are the both there? You both realize, of course, that in the past few hours you have broken perhaps a dozen school rules. And that is, who is being referred to is pretty easy. I think it would have been a more challenging question to ask who said that, but maybe not. Of course, it was Harry and Ron. And I believe that was McGonagall, right? Wasn't that Professor McGonagall? Could be wrong, but I believe so. I believe that's who was speaking there. Anyway, next question. What was the name of the hippogriff Harry and Hermione saved from execution? This is a good one. Remember which movie this was? I'll give you a hint there. Maybe this will help. The hippogriff appeared in Prisoner of Azkaban, right? Hippogriff, right? This is the hippogriff that Hagrid was taking care of. This is the hippogriff that attacked, what's his name? What was the kid's name? The blonde kid, the bad kid. Geez, I can't remember his name now. Malfoy. Draco Malfoy, that's it. Draco Malfoy was attacked by this hippogriff near the beginning of the movie. Near the end of the movie, this hippogriff played an important role. So because Harry and Hermione actually saved this hippogriff from being executed. What is the name of the hippogriff? Buckbeak, right? Good old Buckbeak. Yeah. Became my hero when he tried to do in old Malfoy there, but yeah. I like the actors who played Malfoy, but of course the character Malfoy was pretty bad. Not the worst though. Not the worst. They're definitely worst characters. Okay. Next question. On which floor of Hogwarts was the Forbidden Corridor in the Philosopher's Stone? On which floor of Hogwarts was the Forbidden Corridor in the Philosopher's Stone? Forbidden Corridor. We all know this, right? Right. You know this. Philosopher's Stone. That's one that, I mean, that's what got us into this, right? So all of us basically have this one memorized, right? So which floor? It was, of course, on the third floor, right? I didn't give you very long to think about that because it was pretty easy, I think, the third floor. Okay. Next, what type of broom does Malfoy give to all the Slytherin players in order to make the team? What type of broom does Malfoy give to all the Slytherin players in order to make the team? Okay. Yeah, because Harry got on because McGonagall saw him riding around and he was a natural, and yeah, it was quite the thing. But of course, Malfoy had to do his thing too. What do you think? What do you think? Have you got the answer? Of course you do. The answer, of course, is a nimbus, right? A nimbus, right? The nimbus. There we go. Okay, so who said, even in the wizarding world, hearing voices isn't a good sign? And which movie was this quote from? Okay, so this, again, seems like a difficult one, but I think it's not so bad if you think about it pretty carefully. You can consider who was saying it to whom, and which, then, which movie makes a lot of sense. Or if you know which movie, then who says it to whom is pretty easy. Okay. So who said, even in the wizarding world, hearing voices isn't a good sign? And which movie is this quote from? Right. All right. So again, not too difficult, I don't think. This is, of course, Hermione says it to Harry in the Chamber of Secrets, because Harry was hearing the basilisk, right? Because Harry picked up Voldemort's ability to speak with snakes, right? And so that's what he was picking up there. Okay. So what is the name of Voldemort's pet snake? This is pretty good. This one, we all heard it or read it, and so we know it somewhere in the back of our minds, but it's not one of those that really comes up all that much. Maybe not in the front of our minds, but can you recall the name of Voldemort's pet snake? The name of Voldemort's pet snake? Yeah, I mean, in one way, it doesn't seem like it's the name of the pet snake, but then the other way, all that seems to fit perfectly. All right, it is a pretty good name for an evil snake. Nagini. Nagini. There we go. Nagini is Voldemort's pet snake. Actually turned out to be a Horcrux and so on, right? We know that. Okay. Next, in Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, one of our favorites, Professor McGonagall teaches the second years a spell to turn animals into water goblets with what incantation? Wow, this is a difficult one. The name of the incantation to turn animals into water goblets. Now, I mean, you can know a lot about the movie. You can watch it. You can read the books and so on. I think when you read the books, these kind of things stick in your mind a little bit better. For me, anyway. Maybe that's just the way that I learn. I'm more visual. So if I read the word, it's going to stick with me a little bit better. But I think this is one of the more difficult questions to me. Even more than Nagini, the Voldemort snake, I think that this one is a little bit difficult, but maybe you can get it. Let's see the answer. What do you think? Ferraverto. Or Ferraverto. I can't remember the intonation there. Like I said, I'm more visual. But anyway, that is the name of the incantation. Okay, the next one. This should be an easy one. What flavor are Bertie Bott's beans? Bertie Bott's beans. Yeah. In fact, they're almost always introduced with a somewhat longer name that gives away the flavor. Right. So there's a huge hint. Like I said, this should be an easy one. The name of this appears in several places throughout the series. Yeah, at least a couple of places, I'm sure. And I think it's pretty easy to guess. And remember, this is the Wizarding World, so they're every flavor, right? Every flavor. Bertie Bott's every flavor beans, right? and they really mean every flavor. Okay, next. Which future Doctor Who played Barty Crouch Jr. in The Goblet of Fire? Okay, so this is what, the third? Was this the third movie? I think so. Philosopher's Stone, Chamber of Secrets, Goblet of Fire, then Prisoner of Azkaban. I think, yeah. Anyway, Goblet of Fire, Barty Crouch, an actor, right? An actor who, in the future, played Doctor Who. Actually, one of my favorite Doctor Who's. I like this actor. I've seen him in some other things. I've seen some scenes of his Hamlet, which I also was quite impressed with. I like this particular actor. Everybody know? Everybody give up. David Tennant, right? David Tennant is the actor who played Barty Crouch Jr. And was quite good at it, I thought. Then the next question. What color is Tonk's hair in Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix when she is first introduced? Tonk's hair in Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix. Does her hair color change? I guess it does. I can't remember. That's a detail I don't remember. But let's see. What color is Tonk's hair in Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix when she is first introduced? Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix, that was the fifth book. Order of the Phoenix, wasn't that fifth? Yeah. Anyway, what color is Tonk's hair in Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix when first introduced? Of course, it was purple. Purple hair, right? Nice. I like purple hair. It's cool. All right. Next, in which movie or book do Fred and George Weasley fight each other rolling around on the floor as they sprout long beards? In which movie do Fred and George Weasley fight each other rolling around on the floor as they sprout long beards? Are they really fighting each other? Or am I remembering a different scene? Anyway, so which movie is it? Which movie is it? I think we're going to move along a little bit faster here. It's been almost half an hour, so people that want to watch are watching, and people that don't want to watch are not watching. So nobody's joining me here live, so nobody's typing in any answers that I can see. All right, so here we go. Which movie? It is Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, right? I didn't think they were fighting each other. I thought that they were trying to age each other, but I'm not sure. Okay, hide that answer. Which animal represents Hufflepuff House? Hufflepuff? Which animal? So we're looking for the name of an animal that represents Hufflepuff House, right? What are the houses again? Slytherin and Ravenclaw and Hufflepuff and Gryffindor. Of course, Hufflepuff. Do you know that answer? The answer is, of course, the badger. Maybe not, of course, but yeah, the badger is Hufflepuff. Okay, what is the name of Harry's mother? Harry's mother. Harry Potter, his mother and father, right, were killed. Of course, that's the whole gist of the main thrust of the first the whole series. There is their death and Harry's specialness, that reflected in that and so on. Okay, so what is the name of Harry's mother? Right, remember this is who Snape was especially fond of. Lily, right? Lily Potter. All right. Which actor replaced Richard Harris as Dumbledore from The Prisoner of Azkaban onwards? Right? Prisoner of Azkaban. Oh, so that's right. So Prisoner Michael Gambon. Oh, okay. Michael Gambon. All right. Any more possible submissions out there? No. Okay. Yeah, from The Prisoner of Azkaban onward was Michael Gambon. Right. Very good. Big points for Black Eyed Dog. Trivia master of in all areas. Here we go. Okay. All right. So next question. In The Prisoner of Azkaban, Professor Lupin played music on what? In The Prisoner of Azkaban, Professor Lupin played music on what? That comma's in a strange place. Should be a comma there and not there, but what the heck? That's all right. I don't know much about Harry Potter, but you knew the actor Michael Gambon. Yeah, okay. That's cool. Professor Lupin. Was it a pan pipe? No. A record player. Oh, a record player. Yeah, it doesn't say instrument, does it? Yeah, I played music on a record player. Okay, boy, I don't even remember that. Oh, yes, I kind of do. Vaguely. That wasn't a standout event in that movie for me. Okay, well, anyway. Next question. Who said the world isn't split in two, good people and Death Eaters? We all have light and dark inside us. And in which movie? So who said it and in which movie? That seems like it would be that character, but boy, I can't remember which movie that would have been. It could have been. It could have been. In the Order of the Phoenix, was it? Yeah, Order of the Phoenix. Yeah, Sirius. Okay, yeah. Order of the Phoenix, that made sense. Guessing Dumbledore in Goblet. Yeah. Now, Order of the Phoenix made more sense. And that's where the two groups kind of came to the forefront. I mean, there were, so that kind of made sense. And Sirius, yeah, also given his family history, also kind of made sense. Yeah, so it does make sense. Difficult question, definitely difficult question. Okay, here's a good one. Which Weasley brother gets married in the Deathly Hallows Part 1? Which Weasley brother is it? The Weasleys. The Weasleys. There's a lot of Weasleys. Tough to keep track of them. Ron. Ron and Hermione don't get married until basically kind of the epilogue of the last book or the last movie, wasn't it? We know that they get married, but I mean, they were a couple, but I don't think they married until late. So it was the eldest brother, or was it the eldest brother? Was it Percy? That shows how. Yeah, I'm guessing here. Oh, Bill. That's right, Bill. Yeah, Percy was the prefect in like the first movie, the first book. Yeah, Bill was the oldest, and he's the one that got married first. Yeah, nobody else got married yet, I don't think. I'm not sure. But anyway, Bill Weasley, I think, was the first, and I think he was the oldest. Anyway, wasn't he the one? Wasn't Bill Weasley the one who was into dragons in Romania or something like that? So I can't remember. Which class has a different teacher every year? Oh, this one is, if you've read the books or watched the movies, this one's pretty easy. That class that Kenneth Branagh taught one year. You know all these actors. I don't even know the actors' names, right? I'm kind of weird. I mean, people that I just I like them so much that I try to see everything that they're in. Those people I know their names, but a lot of actors I actually try not to learn their names. I kind of want their characters to be separate from the actor in my mind. So it's kind of astonishing how few actors whose actual names I know. I mean, some you just see them so often. Like Robert Downey Jr. And so on. Those kind of people, but a lot of them I just make an attempt not to know. He was a famous wizard, but really actually screwed up all his spells, right? Okay, that's the guy. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. That was Defense Against the Dark Arts, right? So, yeah, Defense Against the Dark Arts. Yeah, was the name of the yeah, and that wizard author. I can't remember. I remember that because that's Moody supposed to teach one year, but it was actually, he had been replaced and used that potion. This is the Defense Against the Dark Arts is what Snape always wanted to teach, and I think in the final year he finally got to teach it or something like that. Yeah, it was a different teacher every year. Defense Against the Dark Arts. Yeah. So anyway. In Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, why did Lord Voldemort want the stone so badly? Okay, getting back to the beginning here. Why did Lord Voldemort want the stone so badly? Yeah, this I thought not really a plot hole, but I mean this, I guess maybe that was. I mean, I don't know if the author, if Rowling had the whole 7 books all planned out when she. Yeah, exactly. I don't even remember. It would allow him to get his body back, right? I think that's the answer. So he could come back to life, full life. Yeah, restore his power and grant him immortality. Okay, yeah. So immortality. Yeah, getting, bringing back to life, basically. I mean, or bringing back to corporeal form or whatever. Yeah. Exactly. Right. Yeah. Get his body back, bring him back to life, and make him immortal, I guess. Yeah. Okay. And then finally, who did Game of Thrones actress Natalia Tenna play in the Harry Potter films? Okay. So here's one asking about an actress. So, what do you got on this one? Game of Thrones actress Natalia Tenna. Tenna? Tenna. Natalia Tenna. I don't know how you pronounce these people's names. Natalia. Tenna. Tenna? Tenna. Tenna would be Tenna. Tenna. Tenna, I'm going to say. No idea. A Weasley? Isn't it, what's it now? The blonde, wasn't it? Oh, that was Tonks. Nymphadora Tonks. Oh, that's Natalia Tenna. See, Game of Thrones, I think I watched 3.5 seasons about, because everybody said that, once I got into it, that I wouldn't be able to quit it. And, because I think it was either in the last season or maybe the last season had just finished. I think it was in the last season. And a lot of people that I knew were like chomping at the bit to, waiting real time for each episode to drop of Game of Thrones. And I hadn't watched any of it yet. And people were saying, oh, hey, you ought to watch it. It's worth watching. And so I watched the first season and I said, well, okay, and they say, well, it gets better from the second, third season. Second, watch, at least through the third season, to really give it a chance. It gets better as it goes on. And so I did. I watched the third season. I think I watched, I'm sure I watched the whole third season and half of the fourth season. I was definitely in the fourth season before I just gave up and said, didn't really care for it. Game of Thrones. I know people will probably send me hate mail now. How could you not love Game of Thrones? It's like a phenomenon. But a phenomenon. Right, there we go. I just couldn't get into it. There were no characters that really interested me. The story was, I don't know, not all that gripping. I don't know. Yeah. Oh, who was the and again, I can't remember the actor's name. Not what's the guy's name? I'm terrible. I liked, but I liked the Game of Thrones, but weren't obsessed over it. The one character, Dinklage, yeah, Peter Dinklage, was the one character that I thought was interesting. But even that wasn't enough to get me to continue watching it. His is the only character that I really was kind of interested in. But the others just didn't care. Didn't care what happened to them. Wasn't fun watching them for me. It's just, and I'm kind of a fantasy, movie type person. I mean, Lord of the Rings, The Hobbit, those kind of things. To a lesser extent, C.S. Lewis's, the Narnia books to a lesser extent, fantasy movies and so on. I like that kind of stuff. But Game of Thrones, I don't know what it was. It just didn't quite do it for me. I guess almost, most of the fantasy stuff that I was into were movies made from the books that I had read. Very few of the fantasy stories that I really got into were from the movie side, mostly from the book side. So maybe that's it. Maybe if I had read Game of Thrones books first, I might have gotten into it. I don't know. But I ended up, I couldn't get into like I said, I tried. I gave it my best shot, right? Like 3.5 seasons worth of watching it, and just couldn't get into it. And so that's why I decided it wasn't going to be worth my time to read the books. Although that's not always the case, right? A lot of times the books are so much better than the movies. Yeah. But anyway, what else is going on? I just thought that I would get on here. It's been a while since I've done anything, even slightly quiz-like. I thought that I did this basically because it didn't really require a large, I didn't require a whole big audience to do this. Even one or two people could get some enjoyment out of testing themselves and trying to guess the answers here. What time is it here? It is almost 1:30. All right, I can do a few more questions. This one is 80s movie trivia. So this is kind of my wheelhouse here, movies. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, the movies from the 80s. Okay, so this is when I was in my 20s. All right. So yeah, I watched quite a few movies then. Um anyway, first question of movies from the 80s is the category. From which movie is the quote, life moves pretty fast. You don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it. And what character said it? Ferris Bueller. In Ferris Bueller's Day Off. There you go. Ferris Bueller's Day Off, and Ferris Bueller said it. That's right. Matthew Broderick, right? Yeah. Wasn't he was in that remake of The Producers, right? Matthew Broderick. And he was in a couple other things. Yeah, Matthew Broderick seems like he had potential, but just wasn't enough of a personality to really go places, I guess. I don't know. He's one that, yeah, again, I didn't pay a lot of attention to. Anyway, okay. Hoosiers is about a high school basketball team in which state? Oh my God. This is like a gimme for me. Indiana, of course, it has to be, right? Yeah, Indiana, the Indiana Hoosiers, Gene Hackman, absolutely, right? Indiana Hoosiers. I mean, if you don't know movies, if you know basketball, or if you're from the Big Ten Conference, you got to know that, right? Yeah, Hoosiers, Gene Hackman. Yep. Yeah. Bobby Knight coached the Indiana Hoosiers college team for years and years and years. Very successful. Brian, welcome, welcome, welcome. Whoa, we've got two people here now. It's game on, as they say. Game on. Okay, so here we go. 80s movies is the category. Question: in Pretty in Pink, where does Molly Ringwald's character work? In the movie Pretty in Pink. Record store, says Black Eyed Dog. The mall, says Brian. Which is it? Does she work in the mall? The record store in the mall, right? A record store is okay, though. Black Eyed Dog gets the nod there, right? I believe it was a record store in the mall, but record store is the more specific answer, so that's the one we'll go with, right? Very good. All right, here's another one. 16 Candles, right? Yeah, I guess. Okay. In 16 Candles, what kind of car does Jake Ryan's father drive? In 16 Candles, what kind of car does Jake Ryan's father drive? A Porsche? Buick? Okay, well, we got two very different answers there. The answer is a Rolls Royce. No points there. Nobody gets the answer. It is a Rolls Royce. A Rolls Royce. Yeah, okay. Yeah, because Jake Ryan, he was the rich kid, right? Anyway, yeah. Okay, so from which movie is the quote, "Don't mess with the bull, young man. You'll get the horns." And what character said it? Ferris Bueller was a Porsche. There you go. Breakfast Club teacher. From which movie is the quote, "Don't mess with the bull, young man. You'll get the horns." And what character said it? Okay. Breakfast Club, the principal. Breakfast Club, the principal. So was it the teacher or the principal? Was it the teacher or the principal? We got the Breakfast Club. Richard Dick Vernon. So was he the teacher or the principal? Was he the teacher or the principal? I don't remember. Richard Dick Vernon. Was he the teacher or the principal? The principal. Um, Neither one. The vice principal of Shermer High School. The vice principal. Okay. There you go. All right, so there's the answer there. He was the vice principal. Yeah. Okay. So, I mean, yeah, I had him pictured as a teacher too, but yeah, it does make more sense that he would have more authority than just a simple teacher. Um, but yeah, the vice principal, not the principal, but the vice principal. Anyway, so there's the answer. Next, in Stand By Me, what were River Phoenix and his friends searching for? Okay, so this Stand By Me, yeah, which, yeah, their schoolmate's dead body. Chicks. No, there you go. Black Eyed Dog has it. Yeah, it was the dead body, right? The dead body. Um, a dead body, right? Yeah. Um, can't remember the kid's name, but yeah, got hit by the train, knocked right out of his sneakers, and they found the body. Um, then they called it in anonymously. Yeah, that's a great movie. Yeah, River Phoenix, excellent. As a young actor, excellent. Even Will Horton, great movie, great movie. Yeah, yeah, and of course, the song "Stand by Me," because of the movie, had I think it holds records for the longest interval between becoming number one hits or something like that. It was number one when it first came out, and then rose up to number one in when the movie was out, or if it wasn't number one, it was in the top 10 or something like that. I can't remember now, but yeah, great movie, excellent movie. I love showing that movie to my students. Yeah, Chopper, sick balls. Yeah, yep, sick balls. There you go. Yep, that's my favorite line. Everybody's favorite line from the movie, right? Chopper, sick balls. Yeah. Okay. What was the name of the main female character in the Terminator? Okay, whoa, fast, right? You're reading the answer, reading the questions here, I guess. Okay. Sarah Connor, Linda Hamilton, right? The name of the female character, right? Sarah Connor, played by Linda Hamilton. Yeah. Which, I mean, it's a movie that I don't know, maybe they talk about, but I haven't heard it talked about as one of those roles that, that feminists, hold up as put on a pedestal and so on. Sarah Connor, right? Yeah, because what I love about that movie, I mean, so many things that are so great about that movie, but when it starts out, she's this mild man, Linda Hamilton, Sarah Connor is this mild mannered mouse of a girl, working as a waitress and puts up with the kid putting, his ice cream in her pocket and so on. I mean, and she's like, oh my God, I'm going to get killed. She can't do anything. And, toward the end of the movie, when they're running away from Schwarzenegger's Terminator there, and Reese, is injured and so on, and she's like picks him up by the grabs him around, by the belt or whatever, and says, "Move it, Reese," and so on. I mean, she turns into the real badass there, I mean, and of course in the next movie, again, the same actress, Linda Hamilton, who is an amazing actress, I think. Just really, really, pumps iron and really builds up her body into a real badass. I mean, I'm quite impressed. To me, that was among the most impressive things of that franchise, the first couple of Terminator movies was watching Sarah Connor, develop from this, oh my God, I'm going to get killed, wimpy little girl to this real badass. So, yeah, I like those movies. Next question. Which 1980s theme song inspired its own separate film? Kenny Loggins. Okay, that. Okay, so the theme song. So I think we're looking for the name of the song. Which 1980s theme song inspired its own separate film? Oh, Brian, I think you skipped down to the 1986 song Danger Zone from Top Gun, because I think that is Kenny Loggins. But we're looking at the 1980s theme song inspired its own separate film. Um, all right. May have another guy, may have my buddy. Oops. Whoa. What happened there? Sorry. Let's see. Make sure that I've got my buddy invited here. Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's see. Okay. So, 1980s theme song inspired its own separate film. The answer is Eye of the Tiger, the theme song from Rocky 3. Earth Girls Are Easy. The Lost Boys. Okay. All right. Theme song to one movie led to its own separate movie. Yeah. Eye of the Tiger, I guess, was Eye of the Tiger. Eye of the Tiger was a movie? I don't know. I don't even know that. Okay. All right. So anyway, yeah, there we go. And then what artist sang the 1986 song Danger Zone from Top Gun? And of course, there we go. Kenny Loggins is Kenny Loggins is Kenny Loggins. Yeah, Kenny Loggins. Yeah. Yeah. 86 song Danger Zone. Yeah, he's sung a couple of big hits from movies, songs from movies. I'll let you think about what other ones, because that may be another question here. I'm not really sure. Yep, Brian, you got that. Yeah, you jumped the gun, but that's okay. All right. So, what is Baby's last name in Dirty Dancing? What is Baby's last name? Baby Caddyshack. What? Okay. What is Baby's last name in Dirty Dancing? Okay, don't skip ahead now. What is Baby's last name in Dirty Dancing? Baby, anybody know this? Baby, don't get hooked on me. No, Baby Steinman. Houseman. Ah, there we go. Jump the gun. Yeah. Anderson. No, not Anderson. Not Steinman. It's Houseman. Okay, there you go. All right. And now, from which movie is the quote, "We came, we saw, we kicked its ass"? And what character said it? All right. Now, this one you guys got to know. Caddyshack was another Kenny Loggins theme song. Really? Yeah, it was. That's right. It certainly was. Ghostbusters, Venkman. Ghostbusters, Venkman. Anybody else? Yep. Okay. Ghostbusters and Peter Venkman. Bill Murray. Yes, is the correct answer. All right. Here's one. In which other movie starring Bill Murray did the name Venkman used for one of the characters? In which other, this is a bonus question. In which other Venkman? Scrooge? No, I don't think so. Stripes? No, I don't think so. I don't think so. I mean, if it was, I'm not aware of it, and maybe I missed it. but there is one Bill Murray movie where I know that Venkman is used as the name of an extremely small part, an extremely small part in a Bill Murray movie. Meatballs, no. Not Scrooge, not Stripes, not Meatballs. And not Ghostbusters 2. Ghostbusters 2, that'd be too easy, right? Yeah. No, give up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Private Benjamin, no. Time's up. The answer: The Man Who Knew Too Little. Quick change. Nope. The Man Who Knew Too Little. Right at the end of the movie, you can hear one of the secret agent, one of the spies say, Venkman, go ahead, Venkman, or something like that, right? Yeah. So that was, another very, very minor character with the name of Venkman in a Bill Murray movie. Yeah. Interesting. Yeah. The Man Who Knew Too Little. If you don't know that movie, I love that movie. I've watched that movie so many times. Actually, yeah, Bill Murray, he's in a lot of movies, and I love his movies. One of my favorite movies of his is The Razor's Edge. I think a totally underrated movie. People don't understand it and so on. You never saw The Man Who Knew Too Little? Oh, it's excellent. It's excellent. My students really enjoy that. It's pretty good. But the two movies of his that I've seen the most are Caddyshack, because they used to show that before the basketball games at the University of Iowa at one of the sports bars that I used to go to before, to watch the University of Iowa basketball games. So game after game after game, when I went to the bar, they for some reason that's the movie that they showed, and so I saw it time and time and time again. And the other one is The Man Who Knew Too Little, because I've shown that to my students quite often. Yeah. What about Bob? Best Bill Murray comedy? The best, definitely great. Definitely great. The best, I don't know. They're also good, but yeah. The best, for me, the best Bill Murray movie was The Razor's Edge, because it was, Bill Murray's the only one that I know that could do that. And I thought I love that movie. I love that movie. The Razor's Edge. I found it actually at least as good, if not better, than the book. There's some parts of it that I like better than the book. Some parts of the book that I like better. But yeah, Groundhog Day is excellent. Yeah, that's another one that I've seen a lot because I show that to my students. It's a lot of fun. Yeah. 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 Groundhog Day is another good one. The Man Who Knew Too Little and Groundhog Day. Those are two that I show to my students quite often. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, where we got? Let's see. Hide that answer. Okay. What is the name of the lead character in The Secret of Nim? I'm not God. I'm a God, right? I'm not God. I'm a God, right? Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Pearl. Could be. No, Mrs. Brisby. Okay. I don't know. Rat Man. The Secret of Nim. Yeah, that was the rats, right? Yeah, okay. Mrs. Brisby. Wow, I don't know. The lead character was a Mrs. Brisby, I guess. Okay, all right. Anyway, what is the name of the main character from All Dogs Go to Heaven? All Dogs Go to Heaven. Charlie? Barky? Charlie B. Barkin. Oh, you almost both put together your answers and you got the whole thing there. Yeah, Charlie B. Barkin. That's great. Charlie B. Barkin. Oh, I love that. I had no idea. All Dogs Go to Heaven. I don't think I ever saw that movie. I don't think I even saw that movie. Yeah. Anyway, What is the name of the speakeasy where Eddie Murphy's character works in Harlem Nights? Oh, what was that? Oh, what was that? All Dogs Go to Heaven. Okay. I'm going to have to watch that, I guess. The name of the speakeasy where Eddie Murphy's character works in Harlem Nights. Yeah, what was that? Yeah. It's one of those sweet something. Harlem Nights. And it's, to me, it's something like boom, boom, boom. Nah. Sugar Rays. Is that it? Club Sugar Ray. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Very good. Club Sugar Ray. So sweet, something else. Sugar is sweet, right? Okay, good. Nice association there. Yeah, something sweet. Sugar Ray. Okay, yeah. Club Sugar Ray. Yeah. I couldn't have come up with that, but yeah, as soon as you said it, I knew that was right. Yeah, excellent. Sugar Rays. Yeah. From which movie is the quote, "Carpe diem, boys, seize the day, make your lives extraordinary"? And what character said it? This one we all know. I just remember a woman got her toe shot off. Yeah. Disappointing Richard Pryor performance. Dead Poet Society. There you go. That's the name of the movie. And which character said it? Half a point for the actor, but full point for the character's name. He was ill with that time. Oh, Captain, My Captain. All right, that's the name of the what they were reading, right? Keating. There you go, Keating. John Keating, right? Yeah, Dead Poet Society. John Keating. Yeah, I couldn't remember John Keating. Keating, I remembered. Yeah. Robin Williams. Abraham Lincoln. Walt Whitman poem. Okay. Carpe Diem. Okay, what's the name of Prince's character in Purple Rain? What's the name of Prince's character in Purple Rain? The Kid. All right. Crap. The Kid. Yep. The Kid. I never saw Purple Rain. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know why. I never saw that one. Anyway. What song does John Cusack? Is it Cusack? John Cusack's character play on his boombox at the end of Say Anything. What song does John Cusack's character play on his boombox at the end of Say Anything? In Your Eyes? In Your Eyes. Yeah, In Your Eyes. That's right. In Your Eyes. All right, excellent. What type of dinosaur is Littlefoot from The Land Before Time? Oh, come on now. I don't watch that many animations. Land Before Time. Brontosaurus. I think you're right. That seems right. Oh, Apatosaurus. Okay, well, there you go. Close enough. It was a saurus. Apatosaurus. Sure, why not? From which movie is the quote, "I am serious, and don't call me Shirley"? And what character said it? This one, everybody knows. That's a timeless classic, too. Airplane, that's right. Or wait, is it Airplane? Yeah, it is Airplane, right? Leslie Nielsen, yeah. Airplane, Dr. Rumack. Leslie Nielsen, yeah. I am serious, and don't call me Shirley. That's right, yeah. Yeah, Leslie Nielsen. I mean, Airplane and the Naked Gun series, The Land Before Time, I need to order it now. Okay, all right. Okay, let's see. What was E.T.'s favorite candy? We all know this one. And I know a little something. A candy that licorice? No, not licorice. A candy that was visually similar but different. Lieutenant Frank Drebin, right? Was the no. Lieutenant Frank Drebin. That was Naked Gun and Police Squad, right? Police Squad. Reese's Pieces. That's right, Reese's Pieces. Did you know that that the movie E.T. When they were making the movie, they asked M&Ms if they wanted the M&Ms to be used as the candy in the movie, and M&Ms declined, and so they went to Reese's Pieces, right? That's right. M&M refused. They said no, we don't want to do that. And then Reese's Pieces just exploded after that, right after that movie. Nobody knew a Reese's, or few people knew a Reese's Pieces until that movie, and then there's like everywhere. Okay. What was the name of the pirate whose treasure Mickey and his friends were searching for in the Goonies? What was the name of the pirate? Obie-eyed Willie? One-eyed Willie. I know. The B is right next to the N, so I can figure that out, right? Yeah, One-eyed Willie. One-eyed Willie. Okay. One-eyed Willie. Okay, there you go. Right on. One-eyed Willie. Right on. Where does Ferris Bueller go to school in Ferris Bueller's Day Off? Ooh. Where does Ferris Bueller go to school in Ferris Bueller's Day Off? I guess, what's the name of the school? Shermer High. Shamrock High. I think it is Shermer High, isn't it? Yeah, Shermer High. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, okay. Here's one. From which movie is the quote, "Snakes? Why did it have to be snakes?" And what character said it? Which movie and which character? St. School's Breakfast Club. Right. Yep. Shermer, Illinois. All those movies were in Shermer, Illinois. Yeah. Raiders, Indiana Jones, right? Raiders, yeah, Indiana Jones, Raiders of the Lost Ark. Yeah. There you go. Raiders of the Lost Ark and Indiana Jones, Harrison Ford. Right on. Okay. Which 1980s theme song was entirely instrumental and reached #1 in multiple countries due to a remix? Which 1980s theme song was entirely instrumental and reached #1 in multiple countries due to a remix? They're filming part 5. Really? Huh. Miami Vice, Chariots of Fire. Entirely instrumental and reached #1. 1980s. Now the 80s. The Miami Vice was not an 80s movie, was it? It was like an 80s TV series or something, I think, but who knows? All right, so Chariots of Fire. Oh, Axel's theme from the movie. Axel F is from which movie? Axel F is the theme from which movie? Beverly Hills Cop. There we go. Beverly Hills Cop. Yes. Okay, there we go. Which 1980s theme song was inspired by a commercial jingle? Really? Which 1980s theme song was inspired by a commercial jingle? '80s theme song was so it was inspired by a commercial jingle. Uptown Girl? Yeah, I don't know. Let's find out what it is. Ghostbusters. Huh. So who are you gonna call? Ghostbusters. That jingle, some commercial jingle. I have no idea what the jingle is from, but anyway. All right. Which 1980s theme song was recorded in just 3 hours? Same answer? I don't know. Which 1980s theme song was recorded in just 3 hours? No clue. Me either. Don't You Forget About Me. Oh, don't you forget about me. All right, yeah. I won't sing. Everybody will leave if I do. Okay. So Don't You Forget About Me. Okay. Which 80s movie was the first to become a hit largely due to MTV? Which 80s movie was the first to become a hit largely due to MTV? Jeff is threatening to come online here, but nothing yet. Okay. Which 80s movie was the first to become a hit largely due to MTV? Desperately Seeking Susan? That seems reasonable. I don't know the answer to this one. Any more guesses? Desperately Seeking Suzanne. Susan. Moonstruck. All right. The answer is Flashdance. Yeah. Flashdance. I'm a maniac on the floor. Okay. All right. From which movie is the quote, "I could disappear forever and it wouldn't make any difference"? And what character said it? From which movie is the quote, "I could disappear forever and it wouldn't make any difference"? And what character said it? Stand By Me, River Phoenix. Really? Ah, there you go. 16 Candles. Samantha Sam Baker, Molly Ringwald's character. Okay, 16 Candles. Yeah. Stand By Me. That didn't sound right, but I didn't have the answer either, so I wasn't going to say anything. Yeah. Which 80s animated movie is the song "There Are No Cats in America" from? Which 80s animated movie is the song "There Are No Cats in America" from? American Tail. All Dogs Go to Heaven. All right. We'll see what the answer is. An American Tail. There you go. American Tail. Right on, right on. Which 80s animated movie tagline was "Beyond good, beyond evil, beyond your wildest imagination"? Which 80s animated movie's tagline was "Beyond good, beyond evil, beyond your wildest imagination"? Hey there, Jefferson.
What's going on?
Just asking a few questions here, waiting for the world to end. But yeah.
Well, the world's ending in 3 minutes. Haven't you heard?
Yeah, I'm using my last 3 minutes to my best ability here. Yeah. Okay. Beyond good, beyond evil, beyond your wildest imagination was the Transformers the movie. The Rescuers, nice. Ninja Turtles, no. Yeah, the Transformers.
We got a lot of people. Cool.
Huh?
We've got a few people.
I got a couple.
Black-Eyed Dog and Brian.
Yep. Black-Eyed Dog and Brian are here. They are in the house. Yep. All right, here. Which 80s movie spawned 6 sequels and a TV series? Which 80s movie spawned 6 sequels and a TV series?
6 sequels. Let's see. What would that be? There's a few potential ones like Back to the Future or
6 sequels, but
had 6.
Did it? I only know Back to the Future 1, 2, and 3. Did it have more? Did it have a series? I don't even know the series. Nightmare on Elm Street. Nightmare on Elm Street. Okay. 80s movies found 6.
Nightmare on Elm Street?
Police Academy. Yeah. Police Academy. All right. There we go. I didn't know. 6 sequels and a TV series. I didn't know there was a TV series, Police Academy. That must have been in the 90s when I was here in Japan. Didn't see it.
Exactly.
All righty. Let's see. Which 80s movie was the highest grossing film of the decade? So the highest grossing film in the 80s. The highest grossing film in the 80s. Top Gun, was that in the 80s? I thought that,
Top Gun was early 80s, I think.
Really? 1986? Okay. For some reason I thought, yeah. Because, Risky Business was 80s, right? It was early 80s.
Risky Business was 85, I think.
Really? And Top Gun, was that soon after Risky Business? Huh. I thought it was a couple of years. Anyway, okay. E.T., the extraterrestrial. We're all wrong. Yeah, E.T. Phone home. Oh, Jeff, you're just rotating your ass off, aren't you? Yeah.
No, I only rotated once. I don't know what's going on. My screen is completely frozen, so.
Oh, well, you're not frozen here.
Okay, I gotta leave. I gotta rejoin because it's.
All right, you rejoin, you crazy person, you.
No, I can't even leave now. Okay, whatever.
All right, you are whatever. Okay. Here we go. From which movie is the quote, "Hello, my name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die." And what character said it? Princess Bride, Inigo Montoya.
Scarface. That was Scarface. Tony Scarface, wasn't it?
Princess Bride. They say Princess Bride. Both of them say Princess Bride.
Okay.
Inigo Montoya. I thought I saw Princess Bride, but yeah, Princess Bride and Inigo Montoya. Okay. Mandy Patinkin. All right. Well, anyway, which actor played the Jock in The Breakfast Club? Oh, that's what's his name. Inconceivable, right? Emilio Estevez. There we go. Yep. Okay, we're doing good. We're doing good. Oh, we lost Jeff again. That's all right. Yeah, so Emilio Estevez. Yep, there we go. And the last one. Which two Footloose songs were nominated for Academy Awards for Best Original Song in 1984? Two Footloose songs were nominated for Academy Awards for Best Original Song in 1984. Footloose and, yeah, okay, all right. Low-hanging fruit there, Black-Eyed Dog, right? Okay, so double points for the other one. Now, Footloose by Kenny Loggins. Yeah, we got that. That's a kind of a gimme there. Okay, but what's the other one? Academy Awards for Best Original Song, both from Footloose. Almost Paradise. Any more answers? Shake your groove thing. All right, so let's hear it for the boy. Oh, let's hear it for the boy. Okay, yeah, all right. Boy, never would have got that. Never would have got that. Yeah, I mean, Footloose, I've watched it a couple of times. That one's not a high repeat movie for me. I mean, I like it, but it's just not one that I could watch over and over again. It's not like Groundhog Day. That thing, as much repetition as are in there, you'd think you get tired of it. But I just love Groundhog Day. Bill Murray, what can I say? You know, and you know, Razor's Edge, The Man Who Knew Too Little. Those are, yeah. Maybe he's no Romeo, but he's my loving one-man show. Let's hear it for the boy. Yeah. All right, there we go. We lost Jeff again. Oh, James Woods. I like James Woods. He's one of the few actors whose names I know. James Woods was the voice for which 1997 animated movie hero? Whew. Don't know. Do not know. Have no idea. 1997 animated movie hero. Batman? 1997 animated movie hero. Could be Hercules. There you go. James Wood is Hercules. Okay. Child star Macaulay Culkin was paid $1 million, the first child star ever earning that much for what film? What film did Charlie or the Macaulay Culkin get paid $1 million for? I mean, it has to be that one, right? He got all kinds of twisted around, getting rich and famous so young. I saw him. I think he got strung out on drugs. Probably that's what I was going to say. Yeah, I would guess 2, right? Because the first one they didn't know it was going to be like successful. But My Girl, okay, the other one. All right, yeah. Okay, interesting. All right, what country banned Power Rangers until 2011? I can guess this one. Uncle Buck, haha. Yeah, all right. What country banned Power Rangers until 2011? What country bans movies? I mean, it has to be one or the other, I would think. Isn't it one or the other? Both in my neck of the woods. Right? I mean, Germany, Power Rangers, New Zealand. Hokey smokes. New Zealand banned Power Rangers until 2011. Interesting. I would have guessed either China or North Korea, but no, it was New Zealand. What's the matter with those Kiwis? What 90s movie was the first and only animated film to receive a Special Achievement Academy Award? What 90s movie was the first and only animated film to receive a Special Achievement Academy Award? Yeah, Japan's Creation. Yeah. 90s movie, a 90s animated to receive a Special Achievement Academy Award. I'm guessing. Hey there, you're back.
Finally made it back. Somewhat stable connection now.
Who Framed Roger Rabbit? I remember that. That's a good movie. That's an underrated movie. I mean, that's an excellent.
I thought it was a good movie. I saw the comedian who did the voice of Roger Rabbit in Los Angeles when I was there in 2000.
Oh yeah,
very funny guy.
Yeah, and the actor who the real actor, in Roger Rabbit, the detective or whatever, the actor who is that guy?
Yeah,
I can't remember.
Gosh, I can't remember now either.
Um,
ages ago, too long ago, mate. Who Framed Roger Rabbit? That was 1988. Wow.
Yep. Bob Hoskins, that's the guy's name. Bob Hoskins. Christopher Lloyd was in it, of course.
But Bob Hoskins, Christopher Lloyd, Charles Fleischer, Stubby K, Joanna Cassidy. Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, 90s movie was the first and only animated film, a Special Achievement Academy Award. Or yes, it had to be. It had to be Toy Story, right? Yeah. An animation there, I mean, yeah. Who Framed interesting, but that was in the 80s, wasn't it? Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
Yeah, into the 80s.
Yeah, and we're talking 90s now. We're into the 90s. So, yeah.
Charles Fleischer, that's the guy who did the voice of Roger Rabbit.
Okay.
Very funny guy.
Yeah. Cool. What actor starred in 2 of the top 10 highest grossing films of the 90s, and what were the films? And one actor starred in 2 of the top 10 highest grossing films in the 90s.
Wow. 90s. Good question, man. Tom Cruise was probably one of them, no?
Well, there's only one guy.
Maybe it was actor. Maybe it was
Tom Hanks.
Harrison Ford, wasn't it? Maybe Tom
Harrison
Hanks.
Ford. Okay, so Tom Hanks, Harrison Ford, Schwarzenegger. Yeah, I don't know.
You have
Will
the answers
Smith.
right, Dan?
Will Smith.
Will Smith.
Men in Black
Okay.
and Independence Day. Oh yeah. Wow.
Okay, yeah.
Men in Black. That was a great movie. Independence Day was was a great movie also, actually. Yeah. Okay. Okay, what are the names of the two mice from the Rescuers Down Under? I remember one. I don't remember. I remember the female, but I don't remember the male mouse's name. I think I remember the female. The Rescuers
You
Down
would
Under.
remember the female. I think you remember all females.
Frickin' Frack. I don't think it was Frickin' Frack. No. Wasn't the female Bianca or something like that? Bianca and Bernard. Yeah, I thought it was a B, but I wasn't sure. Bob didn't sound right, and I couldn't come up with Bernard. Bianca and Bernard. There we go. Okay. I don't think I ever saw the Rescuers Down Under either. But for some reason, that character stuck in my mind. Yeah, okay. What movie did this quote come from, and which character or actor said it? Keep the change, you filthy animal. This is, I wonder what they're going to put for the answer here, because actually, was actually the character took it from another movie, right? The character in the famous movie took it from an old movie, right? Home Alone, Kevin McAllister. Right, but he was actually watching an old gangster movie, right? I wonder what they're going to put for the answer here. Home Alone, Johnny, Ralph Foodie. Yeah, because Kevin McAllister doesn't actually voice those. He just mouths it, right? The old movie wasn't a real movie. It was filmed for the movie. Okay. I didn't know that. I thought they actually got a clip from an old movie. I didn't know. Okay. So I learned something there. But yeah, but what I did know is that it wasn't Kevin McAllister that actually said those words. It was the actor in the film on television or on the videotape that actually said it. So that was Ralph Foodie, Johnny. Yeah, Johnny. Okay, there we go. All right. What movie did this quote come from, and which character or actor said it? What's in the box? Oh, this one. This is a movie. Yeah, Seven, Brad Pitt. Right. Yeah. Yep. Exactly. Yeah. Seven and Detective David Mills, Brad Pitt. Exactly. Yeah. That was a movie I had a hard time watching. Yeah, I had a hard time watching that. What's in the box? What's in the box? What movie?
Yeah, the head, right?
Yeah, his wife's head there. Yeah. Kevin Spacey was excellent in that movie. Yeah, but anyway, yeah. What movie did this quote come from, and which character or actor said it? Molly, you in danger, girl. Okay, everybody knows this one. Everybody. Get your ugly yellow no good keister off my property before I pump your guts full of lead. Okay. Ghost Oda Mae. There we go. Ghost Whoopi Goldberg. There we go. Oda Mae Brown, right? Whoopi Goldberg. There we go. What movie was Robin Williams' first animated film? What movie was Robin Williams' first animated film? Aladdin? Was that his first? I think it was. Oh no, Fern Gully, The Last Rainforest. Oh, did anybody know that? I did not. I did not know that. In fact, I don't think I've seen that. The Last Rainforest? All right. What star was going to play Two-Face in a canceled third Tim Burton Batman film? What star was going to play Two-Face in a canceled third Tim Burton Batman film? What do you think there, Jeff? No answer. All right. Billy D. Williams.
Thinking.
Billy D. Williams? Two-Face? That doesn't seem right. But it is. Slap my face. Billy D. Williams. There you go. Far out. Okay. What two actors were the voices of Simba in the original animated Lion King? Simba. Billy D. Yeah, okay. So what two actors were the voices of Simba in the original animated Lion King? Yeah, one, I guess, when he was young, and another actor when he was mature. He was upset when Tommy Lee Jones played Two-Face in the Joel Schumacher Batman Forever. Billy Williams played Harvey Dent in the first one. Okay. All right. So two actors were the voices of Simba in the original animated Lion King. Anybody know? I don't know.
Matthew Broderick, wasn't it? Matthew Broderick was one, or was he the other character?
Harvey Dent became Two-Face. Jonathan Taylor Thomas, I think that's right for the young one. And Matt Broderick. Yep, there we go. Yeah, put it together. You guys got it. Jonathan Taylor Thomas and Matthew Broderick. There we go. Okay, very, very good job. What was the first animated feature film nominated for a Best Picture Oscar? The first animated feature film to be nominated.
That was Beauty and the Beast, wasn't it? I'm going to say Beauty and the Beast. Beauty and the Beast.
Was that in the 90s? I guess so.
Was it? I think it was earlier than that.
Beauty and the Beast? The first animated feature film to be nominated for a Best Picture Oscar. Toy Story. That's what I was going to say. Toy Story seems to be Beauty and the Beast. So it's either Beauty and the Beast, Toy Story, and Disney's Beauty and the Beast. There you go. All right. So I was wrong. You were right. It is Beauty and the Beast. What movie did this quote come from, and which character or actor said it? I'm the king of the world. Lion King. Nope, not Lion King. Beauty.
Yeah, that's Lion King, right? Man, there must be some kind of delay on my system because that answer came up before I even saw it, before I even heard your question. Can you hear me okay?
What's that?
See, I'm on some kind of, my system is weird over here.
Yeah. It must be tied in with your mental workings there, you know. So it's I'm king of the world. The answer: Titanic, Leo D, Jack, right? Jack Dawson, Leo D, Leo DiCaprio in Titanic. Right on. What were the three songs the band Aerosmith sang for the 1998 movie Armageddon? Three songs. The band, all right, music master Jeff. Three songs the band Aerosmith sang for the 1998 movie Armageddon. Three bad songs? No. Jeff, are you there? Are you breathing?
Yeah, hang on a sec. I'm having some problems over here. Just a minute.
Don't want to miss a thing. All right, there's one.
Don't want to miss a thing. Yeah, hang on.
That terrible ballad. All right, so any more? I don't know. Don't want to miss a thing. What kind of love are you on? And Sweet Emotion. Oh yeah, Sweet Emotion. Okay, yeah, yeah, crazy. Yeah, I don't want to miss the thing. What kind of love are you on? Yeah, that's one I would have never guessed. Sweet Emotion. I think I might have been able to come up with that given enough time. But yeah, what year was Forrest Gump released? Forrest Gump,
That was 1996.
1996.
Was it?
Is he right?
What I'm gonna
You're
say, I don't
wrong.
know.
1994. 50 lashes.
Oh,
50 lashes with a wet noodle.
Dude.
1994 is the answer. Yes. 1994, 1995. That was 1994.
96.
50 lashes with a wet noodle. All right. What year was the song My Heart Will Go On from Titanic released? I saw it in 94 with Girlfriend. Okay.
Woo.
My Heart Will Go On from Titanic released in 1998.
97.
97. 97, 98, 98, 98, 97. 97 is the answer.
Yeah.
Jeff gets one. You're up to negative 100.
No, I got two. I got Beauty and the Beast. Weren't you listening?
Yeah, but you got minus 102
Please.
for that bad answer there. So, all right. So, what movie did this quote come from, and which character actor said it? I see dead people.
5,000.
I see
Yeah,
dead
that
people.
was oh man. Can't remember the name now. Sixth Sense, yes, thank you. That's it.
Haley Joel Osment. Yeah, what was the kid's name though? I get character or actor. All right, you're right. Character or actor. Yeah, so Cole, right? Sear. Oh yeah, I forgot his last name. All I could remember was Cole. They always called him Cole. Cole. It's Sear. Okay. Sixth Sense. Okay. Which 1997 film stars Nicolas Cage, John Cusack, and John Malkovich? Nicolas Cage, John Cusack, and John Malkovich. Con Air.
Yeah, that may be it actually.
Yeah, that has to be it, right? Yeah, Con Air.
Yeah.
I forgot that John Cusack was in
I
that.
totally forgot. Yeah, I forgot about that movie.
Malkovich, I remember. Nicolas Cage, of course. But yeah, Cusack. All right, cool. All right. Which 90s animated film was Disney's first ever DVD? Put the money down. Which 90s animated film was Disney's first ever DVD?
Pocahontas.
Pocahontas? You think so? The Little Mermaid?
I don't know.
Yeah, Little Mermaid was 80s, wasn't it? I don't know. Aladdin?
Oh, it could be Aladdin too. One of those.
Mulan. There you go. Mulan. You got, yeah, I mean, yeah. DVD. Not, yeah, DVDs. Yeah, DVDs. Mulan. Okay.
Moulin Rouge?
Mulan, the about the Korean woman who fought, wanted to fight like a man. Mulan.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Really, that was the first one?
Yeah, because DVDs were not that early. I mean, it was late in the 90s before DVDs were a big thing, right? So, which actor was the voice of Moses in The Prince of Egypt? The voice of Moses in Prince of Egypt. I don't know. I didn't watch The Prince of Egypt. Chinese. Charlton Heston. Really?
Charlton Heston.
Nope. Val Kilmer. Val Kilmer.
Okay.
Whatever happened to Val Kilmer? I don't know.
I don't know.
Off to bed. All right. Thanks for playing, Brian.
Thanks,
Appreciate
Brian.
it. Come back again.
Sorry I was late. You guys probably have 5,000 questions under your belt now.
Yeah. This is like the third category. All right. Which artist sang the hit Unchained Melody from the film Ghost?
Oh, yeah, I should know this. God, I don't know. I should know this.
Kilmer has throat cancer. Was that what happened to him? I knew he really put on a lot of weight after he stopped making, after Batman. It wasn't too many years before, after Batman that saw pictures of him. He was really, really putting on a lot of weight. Of course, I don't have any room to talk, But.
Yeah. I haven't seen you. Oh, yeah. I guess I saw you over the weekend, Dan. Yeah, but you're not that bad.
I'm bigger than I have been. Bigger than I've ever been, which is not good. All right. So the answer is the Righteous Brothers. You knew that? The Righteous Brothers? Yep.
Yeah. They did the original version, too, if I'm not mistaken.
And that's what was used in the movie. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. What movie did this quote come from, and which character or actor said it? Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? Do you understand the words
coming out of your mouth now?
So who said that and which movie?
Who said that?
Hey, Sheila. Is that an I or an O? Sheila. What movie did that come from? Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? No takers?
That came from the Daniel Minor files. I don't know.
Rush Hour and Detective James Carter, Chris Tucker. There it is, Chris Tucker, Black-Eyed Dog. Yes. Yeah.
Rush Hour, right.
Oh, yeah, Chris Tucker. Yeah. Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? Yes. Okay, there we go. I remember that now. Okay, yeah. Once I got the connection, but I couldn't put the connection together. Okay. What year was The Lion King released?
Lion King, yeah. 98.
No. Really? I thought it was earlier than that.
Maybe 90.
94. Yep. Black-Eyed Dog had it.
Those years blend together.
1994. Okay. Which artist sang the song "Oh Pretty Woman" from the film Pretty Woman? I know this. Which artist sang the song "Oh Pretty Woman" from the film Pretty Woman? Roy Orbison. There we go. My boy Roy. Yes. Roy Orbison joined a group with George Harrison, Jeff Lynne, Bob Dylan. What was the name of that group? Roy Orbison was in a group with George Harrison, Jeff Lynne, Bob Dylan. Tom Petty. Okay, you're reading ahead. Who is Kaiser Sose in the film The Usual Suspects? Right. Traveling Wilburys. There you go. Traveling Wilburys. Yeah, one of my all-time favorite groups. Never going to happen again. I mean, it just wouldn't be the Wilburys without George, so what can you do? Kaiser Sose is Kevin. Yeah. Roger Verbal Kent. Yeah, Roger Kent. Yeah, Verbal Kent. All righty. Oh, we lost Jeff. Jeff, are you there? Are you coming back? Okay. Well, I think we'll save the next section for another day. Yeah, we'll save that. We'll save that for another time. I've been on for almost 2 hours now, so we'll save that for a next time. So what is going on? Well, at least I was planning on sticking around for a little. Yeah. Okay, going to bed. All right. Thanks for dropping in. Yeah, we'll do some more of this. Look for more movie trivia questions in a future broadcast. We'll keep this going. Yeah, we will. Yes, we will. Yes, we will. All righty. So it's just me, myself, and I here because my co-host has bailed on me. Where are you bailouter? You bailer. How dare you bail on me? You bailed. Baling wire. Yep. All right. Anything going on out there in the world? Jeffersonian. Hello? Is there anybody out there? Is there anybody out there? Jefferson. JTS. Jefferson T. Smitherington, as he is known by those who know him. All right, well. Hello. first year?
This has the old, yeah. The contents are the same. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's right, you know what? That works.
All red and all those.
Emergency use only. That was awesome. Just bring the wrong ones. Like, God damn it.
Well, I guess Dan will be right back. Okay, sorry, I got a very important phone call I had to take. Daniel. We're broadcasting. Dan is a very good artist. Look at that. Look what he can do.
Yeah, I'm an amazing artist.
I didn't know you could do that, Dan. You are amazing. I mean, look at that. Look at those.
I am amazing.
And you can play music too. Who's that guy in the background? Jeez.
What's up?
What's up, man?
Some Ayashiatsu there.
What is it?
Maybe I should put my mask on like this.
There you go. Never looked better.
I'm
See?
doubly vaxxed, dude.
See?
You guys can start a broadcast.
Hey there, Dr. Rupster. How are you, sir?
2 hours.
Did Jeff just join?
He joined. He joined during the tail end of my movie trivia thing. You know.
Okay.
Today was absolutely a crazy day. You listen to this. I went to my first class. Right, it was face-to-face class, supposed to be. So I get there and yeah, right, KGU, the infamous initials there. Yeah, and once, and I mailed everybody, and one student got back to me this morning, and she goes, well, I heard from Kilmuka that we should be doing remote classes, right? But they sent a mail out that didn't say much about that. They were like, well, it's really up to you, but just be safe and, the usual thing, right?
Right.
But it didn't say specifically, well, you should do remote classes. So I said,
Speaking of that, Jeff, how about your fine institution? Are we allowed to do face-to-face at your place?
No, they want remote. Yeah.
Really? Because I was planning on doing face-to-face.
I know a lot of people were, right? And then Robert, actually, when I was at Gaku and Dai dealing with that, Robert emailed our Kilmuka, and they said that they would rather have people do remote for now here.
Huh.
Yeah. So, which, I think that what they're doing is leaving it up to the teachers, but I don't know if that's good. There's not a lot of guidance going around, but, I think if you have to do it face to face, they're okay with it, but just be careful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I went to Gaku in to KGU. I don't know if I should say the word while we're live, but
Why not?
KGU, and the student said that, right? Okay, and then I said, "Wow, okay." I checked with the staff in Building 14, the reception desk there. I said, "Well," he said, actually, because today was the first day. It's a Monday schedule today. It's the first day.
Right.
And I went to get the hand spray, and he said, "Well, you're not scheduled to be here today, Sensei." And I said, "Well, it's a Monday schedule." And he said, "Yeah, but they were recommending people do remote classes today." And I said, "Really?" And I had just gotten that mail from a student. And I said, "Oh my God." Right. And I said, "Well, I thought it was okay to do face-to-face classes." And he goes, "Well, I'll check with you. So just, go to the classroom, da 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 da." And there were some students there, but only half. Of a 13-person class, 6 people came. And then I said, "Oh my gosh, okay, well," he said, and he checked with Komuka, came back and said, "Yeah, they'd rather, if possible, do remote classes for now, at least the first couple." He goes, "Today you can do first and second period face-to-face, but next week go to remote," he said. Yeah.
That's KGU.
That's KGU, right?
So Tokai is going to be the only one with face-to-face classes.
Yeah. Oh, I'm freaking going to his school face to face. Yeah, I told my.
And I'm like, "Oh, okay, well, whatever." So I did the face-to-face class. I did a Manaba thing too. Just for students who couldn't make it. I have a line group with the students, and we're communicating via line. And I said, "Well, if you can't come to class, don't worry about it. I'll put things on Manaba. Please do this, that, and the other." And so then actually, I felt that they were quite adamant about it. So then I made second period remote. Actually, I aligned the students. I said, "Well, we should do remote then. So let's go on remote." And I just basically did a Manaba lesson today. And I came to my office here, and we checked in via line. We did a little bit of a Zoom meeting, but basically Manaba.
Okay.
Yeah, today.
All right. I got a question. I got a question about your school again. Are teachers allowed to come on campus? And for example, I'm scheduled for a computer room. Can I do my remote class from the computer room that I'm scheduled for?
Okay, now in that case, I think that's totally feasible. Yes, from what I gather, you can do that.
Okay,
right.
Because last year I remember they were asking me if I was going to be using my computer room because there were other teachers that wanted to use it for their remote classes or something. Okay, I'll see you.
See you, Jeff.
Right. See you, Mike.
Okay.
Yeah. So as far as I gather, that's feasible to do, but I guess they don't want to have you in the classroom. And I was planning to do face-to-face classes in my classes here, starting next week.
Right.
But I'm going to switch now. But that was just totally weird about KGU, right? Because it's like suddenly I hear that. And last week we get this reminder mail. Okay, well, don't forget, to the 22nd is a Monday schedule. So please, and if you're going to do classes face-to-face, just be careful, blah, blah, blah. And, they didn't say anything strongly about we recommend remote classes, didn't say that. So
it seems so strange to me because, the numbers, if you look at the number of new infections, it's dropping like a rock, it's really coming down quickly. The number of hospital beds that are filled is also reducing. So the number of available hospital beds, is increasing,
Wow.
and it really feels like, looking at the numbers that we're well on our way to being out from under this. And yet there seems to be an abundance of caution on the part of those two schools, your school and the other school you mentioned, to maintain remote classes. I'm kind of surprised.
No, I was. That's why I decided to do face-to-face classes today. You know, right?
Sure.
And from now on, right? That's why I totally decided that because you're right, right? And then I get this weird stuff from like the students, you know, and the reception desk dude, right? And Robert contacting Kilmuka. So it's kind of like, what is going on? You know, that's just seems kind of weird, right? So I mean, I decided just to do next week Zoom already at KGU
Uh-huh.
just to avoid any problem, right? But then I just saw a line message from Joe, who has I'm on his line group with his class, and he said, "Well, students, you know, hey, let's plan to turn in this work, and if you can't come to the classroom, just let me know," he said. So I guess he's planning to have it in class in person next week.
Huh. All right.
So I'm not so I was just kind of freaked out by that too, you know.
Yeah.
Doshioka and I was thinking.
I mean, I guess I'm not too surprised, you know. I mean, this week, you know, I guess, you know, the whatever it is, the emergency level is still technically at level 4 until like the 24th or something like that, and then it's supposed to go down to 3 or something, or maybe it's till the end of the month. So it doesn't
like that.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me too much, you know, that they maintain remote, you know, until the end of the month. But yeah, the thing that bothers me is I feel that if it was the other way around, if I could have the first 2 weeks in the classroom to get things set up with these students and then have to go online, it would be much better, you know. But to start out online, you know, there's just so many things that are so much harder to get started, you know, remotely than if you're actually in the classroom with them. It's a bad.
Oh, I hear you. Totally. Yeah, I'm totally with that too. That's really kind of why I wanted to have everybody together today, and at least today in the classroom, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just strange, right? I think I don't know, maybe information doesn't get passed 100%, or they're leaving it up to the teacher more. I guess that's what they're doing. But
So
you know,
again-
when you have students, and I had a couple students say, "Well, I'm sorry, I can't make it to class today," or "I'm not ready to go to face-to-face classes." A couple students said, right?
Mhm, mhm.
So I was like, "Ooh, okay." Well, when it comes to that, I think it's better, you know, not to try to do it
Yeah.
face-to-face. You know,
Yeah.
I guess, right? It's just
Well,
'cause
I've got at
it's-
least one student that's back in Korea.
Oh yeah, you were telling me about her. Is it?
Yeah. Yeah. So
yeah,
yeah,
right. So
got no choice. That one has to be remote, you know.
tell her to get her butt over here, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Get your ass over here. Yeah.
Get your ass over here.
All right. So your classes begin when next
The
Friday?
first. Next Friday. Yeah.
All right. So
That's
my
right.
classes there don't actually start until the Wednesday after that. So that'd be what, like the 6th? I
Yeah.
think? Yeah.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
but your understanding is that even then, even into October, the school is expecting to have remote classes?
I think just for now, that's the impression I got to
See,
start
this is what's
off. I guess.
confusing to me. They're talking about now,
Yeah.
but you know
Right.
the number of infections is going down. So even so we're talking about basically 2 weeks from today. 2 weeks from today is like a big difference. I mean, in 2 weeks, the number of infections in Kumamoto Prefecture has gone from like 80 per week down to 20 per week or something like that. So if it drops another 2/3, we'll have just like a couple of infections during the week by the time that my class actually starts there. So yeah, maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's why they're being kind of unclear, because they don't even know what the situation is going to be when classes actually open up there.
I think that may be it, Dan. Yeah, they don't want to be committed to one decision or telling people exactly one thing what to do. That's my guess. They don't want to be committed to it.
I
You know,
love teaching at your school, Jeff. I love the students. They're some of the most enjoyable kids I've ever taught. You know, you've got great facilities there. You know, wonderful classrooms and the staff and
Thank
so
you.
on there. But gee
Thank you.
whiz, I mean, why can't they make decisions? I mean, it's like up to the last minute. It's like I'm going into the classroom tomorrow, I think, but you know, I may get a mail today that tells me no, you're doing it remote or something. I mean, you know, it's like wait until the last minute and then a few more and then they'll tell you what to do. I mean, it's decision making is not their strong point at your school, I'll tell you.
No, I think it's that bureaucratic thing that kind of you know, in the chain, right, in the cog in the wheel type thing.
Yeah.
You know, you can't really make a decision by yourself unless you check with someone, and no one wants to take the blame on any kind of decision. Yeah. So if they leave it up to the teachers, then I guess that takes them out of the loop, the employees, right?
Right.
Because the teacher decided so, and then I guess they'll be okay with it, which they seem to be fine with what I decided to do today, like suddenly go to second period remote, right?
Yeah.
Which, I mean, would have been hard had I not had line. And I was like, oh, what should I do second period then? Gosh, these, you know, half those students too were like, well, I don't know if I really want to come to class. And I'm like, okay, let's just call it, right? Boom. And I started mailing people online on the line group, like during first period. And I said, well, I think we should just, you know, go remote for second period. Sorry about the confusion.
Yeah.
I blamed it on myself, you know, with the students. I said, it's my bad. Sorry. But it is for safety purposes, so let's just do on Manaba today. And
do you use line a lot with your students?
With KGU, I do all the time. That's basically it for line. Yeah, just KGU.
I hate line. I do.
Funny you said that. I was thinking line is. Yeah, I hate it too a lot.
Yeah, I refuse to use it, you know, for anything. I mean, for any large groups and so on. And because it's always going to be on my phone. And, you know, so like dealing with, you know, like if I'm dealing with Joe or you or something like that, you know, and then to send a line message, that's fine. But to deal with large numbers of students, I just hate it because when I'm dealing with a lot of them, I want to be able to sit down at a keyboard, and that means switching it over to one of my computers. And so, depending on whether I'm at my office or in the classroom or at home, you know, which computer I'm using is going to be different. And so, I have to re-log in, you know, do that QR code, scan to to log in on a different device, and that's just such a pain in the ass. I mean, what is the purpose of that? I mean, it's not saying that you can't use more than two. You just can't have more than two logged in at the same time or registered at the same. What is that? That doesn't make any sense at all to me.
I know, man. I know. I hear you. No, I totally hear you. It's very cumbersome. Like I said, I don't like that aspect either, right?
Yeah. So I don't give my students my line ID. You know, I don't even talk about line with my students. You know, it's like no. You know, we've got Teams, email will work. You know, but line, no. This is a non-starter for me. It's just not going to work.
Yeah, and like I said, I only do KGU with line. And interestingly, the Kyomuka set up line groups for all the Ichi Nensei and Ni Nensei students at KGU, right? So I had access to all the students, basically, right? So, you know, I set my line group up by going in that, like picking the students out physically myself, right? But I missed a couple.
Oops.
I missed a couple inadvertently. You know, you're going to miss a couple. Maybe some student they don't respond to the initial line group, you know, request. Right. So then they're out in the cold, right? And I told all the students, please, if you know someone who's not in this line group, please invite them. Please get them to go on. You know. I had a student come to me halfway through the last semester, and said, "Well, I didn't know there was a line group."
Yeah.
I'm not on there. Well, I told other students, and I'm sure I invited you if you were on the initial line message
Yeah.
from the office. So
Yeah.
it's just man, it's so yeah. Fortunately, we have Teams for PUK, so I'm on Teams
Yep.
for that, and most all students basically see that,
Yeah.
which is good. It might take them a little time, but yeah, they do see that. So
So what I've been
I'm going to
doing,
start to get ready.
yeah,
For next
for
week.
me, I basically, I've been planning to go in the classroom. I mean, at Tokai here, we've more or less been given the green light to go ahead and go back in the classroom. I mean, keep the windows open, keep the students, distancing, separated, within the classroom, and of course, use alcohol to spray the desks and wipe them down and so on after class and all that stuff, But we basically got the okay to go back in the classroom. So I plan to go back in the classroom with Tokai, and I've set up things on Teams as kind of a backup, but like the digital versions of the textbooks, the audio files, prints and so on, things like that I know that I'm going to be handing out or using at the beginning here. I put those all in the files tab, under the files tab, under the class materials in the Teams, right? So it's all available. If we end up going remote, I'm already set up,
That's great, man. Yeah, that's what everybody should do.
Yeah.
That
was my plan for Kendai also. That was my plan for Kendai, to be in the classroom, and then if we have to go off, go remote, to do that. But now I guess I don't know what to do. Maybe I'm going to have to start out. I really don't want to. I really want to have the first couple of classes in the classroom. So unless Kendai tells me that I can't, I think I'm probably going to ask. But that's another thing.
Yeah, Dan. Before you go on, Robert got in touch with them himself, right? And that's what they kind of told him, and he passed the word to me. And I'm going to check myself too, early next week. And you might want to do that yourself. Just maybe. I don't know who he spoke to or what have you, but he said that's what they told him. So.
Yeah, I figure by the 29th or the 30th, they'll already know, they'll have the plans for, the first week of October already, So I figure, a week from now or 8 days from now, it should be in pretty good shape to be able to tell what's going to happen, in October. So, so I just kind of been playing it by ear until then. But like I said, setting up everything so that I can do it online, but hoping, desperately that I won't have to do it online,
Yeah, I mean, I'd rather not do it online, on any platform, because just the face to face is just so much better, right?
Yeah. Well, for me, actually, at your school, I've got only reading and writing classes, or research writing. So they're all writing. So actually, after I get past about class number 3, I'm actually okay with being online. It's just getting them started that I desperately want to be in the classroom with them, to be able to look over their shoulder, be able to to show them things and answer their questions and all this, like in real time, face to face. After I get them started, I'm okay.
Cool. I hear you, man. Yeah, I got you. Yeah, that's actually cool that you have that situation. Yeah. I mean, I have a class that I'm basically primarily doing reading with, Basic English 4, which is Ninensei, fall semester. So I may, and that's basically why I made it reading. They want to increase reading skills here, for all students, right? Basically for TOEIC purposes. But I'm pretty much, that's why I kind of did that, because it works well online too.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
We'll see what happens, man. Yeah.
Yeah. Your school, I mean, your school definitely goes for the overkill, it seems like. I mean, so you've got the good account with Microsoft and Teams and all that included, all up and ready to go. You've got, I think, I think it's a school-wide account for English Central.
Yes.
You've got, I think the Google One or Google, with Google Classroom and all that. You've got that also, right?
Yep.
I mean, so I mean, almost everything that you do on Teams, you could do on, a combination of Google apps, Google Classroom and Google Meet and Google, Forms and all that stuff, So it's like,
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of neat that you got choices, but I feel sorry for the students because the teacher is going to pick his way and say, okay, this is what I'm more comfortable with, and the teacher's going to do it that way. But now the students, rather at the teacher's whim, is he going to do it on Google, or is he going to do Teams, or is he going to do something else? I mean, I feel sorry for him.
You're absolutely right. And I mean, I've heard teachers in various departments who even want to do Zoom.
Yeah.
They don't even use Teams that we have the support on, and they wanted to do Zoom, right? So yeah.
Well,
You're right.
They've got Teams and they've got Google Meet, because Google Meet is basically the same thing,
Yeah.
And they don't want to use that either. So again, it's like, I don't know, that to me, that's asking a little bit too much, especially the freshmen, no, really of anybody. I know what I wanted to ask you. What do you think? Okay. So, if your school basically says, well, we'd prefer that you do your classes remote, but if you really want to, teachers who really want to, we're going, if you don't have big classes, if there's enough, if there's few enough students that you could space your students out reasonably, then we'll allow you to do it, in the classroom.
Yes, right.
But what I'm worried about is the inconvenience for students. So for example, if they had a first period class, remotely, and then they've got a second period class in the classroom, how is that going to work?
Yeah, that's happened too. You're right. And that can be a problem. Some students, they do have access to the computer centers, so they could actually jump over to the computer center or vice versa.
Well, they could, but what if you've got several teachers that are using the computer rooms for their classes? Like me, I've got last semester, the few times that I used the computer room, I had students, chomping at the bit to get into the computer room, right near the end of my class. They were like looking in the door, waiting for me to get my butt out of there so they could get in and use the computer room, right? So, that is a limited resource. The number of computer rooms is limited.
It is limited, and that's why I try to ask the students, right, what they have, right, and to try to accommodate the students that way. Yes. So no, you're right. It was a problem. It's been a problem on occasion, for sure.
Yeah. I especially feel bad about my students. I think this year or this semester, I've got Wednesday, 4th, and 5th. So that seems, if they're off campus, if they're doing remote classes all Wednesday, and then suddenly Wednesday, late in the afternoon, they've got to go to school. That seems like a real pain in the butt. I mean, I wouldn't enjoy that if I were a student.
I wouldn't either, actually. No, you're right. Yeah, sure, you're right. I sure wouldn't, man. And then, or if they're, or if they're on, on vice versa too. If they're on campus the whole time, I mean, hopefully the computer room might be open. They could swing into the computer room, but if it's not, then they have to figure out something else.
Right.
So I think in that case, I guess it's best to ask the students and find out what classes. Now, they do stress here at Kendai, like in my department anyway, the classes that are definitely need to come to school are biological research classes and food and health experiment classes, and also teacher training classes. Those things you can't do very well offline. Off campus. So these things, they pretty much want students to come online for. So what I had to do was check with my food and health students, if they're going to be online or offline or what, if they have to come to campus. So to figure out what was better for them. And last semester, I found out that a lot of them, like I had them second period and first period, and I was planning to do remote, but first period they had experiment classes, right?
Oh, so they were on campus already.
They were on campus already. So I said, well, how about face-to-face? Yeah, fine, no problem. So we switched to face-to-face. And so that worked out. But yeah, if you have other situations, yeah, it's tough. First-year students and first-year situations might be more flexible.
Well, I think it also, especially, I've got one first year and one third year class, right? So
third year, yeah.
But also they're in the literature department, so they're not going to have the experiment classes, I would guess.
Right. No, that's true too. So maybe that would work out. Like, yeah, third year students here. I have one third year student, science English, third year class, and yeah, I have to always check with them what their situation is because they're doing experiments and getting ready for the fourth year, right? So I always have to play that one by ear, right? And I think I'll have to find out what's coming up this year too, because I have them Friday second period. So if they have class on campus first period, then I'm going to do face to face.
Yeah. So yeah, maybe what I'm going to try and, like I said, for the first 2 or 3. At least for the first 2 classes, I would like to, I'm going to try, unless the school tells me no, I'm going to try to do them face to face. And then, I'm going to kind of turn it over to the students and say, look, now that you know what to do, how to do it, and so on, I think that you're actually able to do this online. But if you want face-to-face help, if you want to come to the classroom, that I'll be on campus, I'll be in the classroom, right? So that way I can kind of offer the best of both worlds to students.
That's great. Yeah, that would be cool. That would be very cool indeed. Yeah. And I think, if you really were adamant about having classes face-to-face, if you really felt you needed to, here too, right? I think, you could talk to Kilmuka and say, well, I really think it's very important to have face-to-face classes. I'm sure they would tell you that you could,
Okay. All right. Yeah. Like I said, once I'm up and running, I think I'll be pretty comfortable. I mean, basically what I did, the spring semester, I had 2 classes before we went remote, right? And and that worked pretty well. It was still a little bit rough because it was kind of a sudden thing to all of a sudden go remote. I really wish I would have had one more class to really get started, or a week's notice more to really get them on, in sync with what I wanted. But it was all right. It worked.
Yeah, that's cool. It's crazy, right? Yeah, like I said, today we had a graduation ceremony, and a lot of international students, PhD students in our department, right, are going back home, right? One guy, we gave him a little party for lunch today. He is going back to Thailand on Saturday, and he has to get all these documents. Yeah.
Wow.
For leaving Japan. He has to have other documents for entering Thailand, and he has to quarantine in Thailand, and he has to have that all set up before he even leaves here, right? Yeah, man, it's crazy. So,
man, I mean, I think I've said this before. I love being in other countries. I love being in the Philippines. I love being in the few other countries that I've been to. But I hate traveling. I hate getting there.
Yeah.
I don't like airports. I don't like airplanes. Trains are better, but you from Japan you can't travel to another country by train, right? So
not yet, anyway, right?
Right, not yet. So I mean, I really don't like airports or airplanes, either one. I'm not afraid of crashes or something like that. I just don't like all the hurry up and wait that's involved in airports and airplanes, right? You're waiting in lines and so on, security check-in and all this, it's just like
Yeah.
among my least favorite ways to spend any time at all is in an airport security check, I just hate it.
Dude, I used to be like that.
Yeah.
And then I started doing it a lot more, and I kind of got used to it. And, now I love it. I don't know. I get a lot of work done in airports.
Wow.
I love like being in a plane and just being like at 35,000 feet or what have you. And, you're just in this tube and it's the middle of the night and it's quiet and just you have the drone of the engines, for hours. For me, it's really relaxing. Actually.
Yeah, I agree. That part of it is not bad. The thing is, if you're in a big plane, right, and so it's 3 seats across or whatever, and if you're wherever you are, whether you're on the aisle and you got somebody you don't know sitting at the window and they're asking to go out to use the restroom once in a while or whatever, or the other way around, you're at the window and they're on the aisle and you have to ask them to let you out. I hate that.
Yeah.
If it was me and my wife, 2 seats on the side, and one of us was the window, the other was the aisle, and it was only bothering each other, that would be fine. I wouldn't mind the airplane ride at all. But just that third party that I have to either ask them or they have to ask me, just that describes me.
Sure. No, I hear you. It's a pain in the butt too. I've stepped over many people actually.
Yeah.
While we're flying, you can't do that with a big dude with a big stomach, but with a smaller person, I've gotten to the point where I can step over someone. Like if they're on the aisle and I'm on the inside, just kind of step on their handrest and go over. But of course, that's why I try to get aisle as much as possible. I'm an aisle person now.
Yeah, me too. Absolutely. When I was younger, I always wanted to be at the window, so I could look out, and so on. But now it's always aisle. Absolutely aisle. Yeah.
Indeed, man. Indeed. Geez,
but
the last time I flew was, the last time I flew overseas was a year and a half ago, or over a year ago. Yeah, it was February of 2020. Yeah.
Yeah, so over a year and a half ago. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Same with me. Coming back from the Philippines. Yep. And the almost empty airplane. Yep.
Yeah. Right.
But and that was actually that was bad. If flying it was always like that, so very little waiting at the security because there aren't that many people going through. Very easy to put your bag right over your head because there's not that many people checking, putting the bags in. Easy to grab your baggage afterwards because there's very few people waiting to grab their bags. That's another thing that I hate. Everybody waiting for their bags, right? And everybody crowding around there. It's just because nobody's logical. Everybody wants to stand right up next to that conveyor belt that's carrying their bags, right? But there's no reason to be there until your bag comes around, and you can stand back, 15 feet away and still identify your bag. And then you see your bag coming, you walk up, you grab it, and then you walk away, right? There's no advantage at all of everybody lining up as close as they can to the belt, waiting the whole time for their bag to show up. It just doesn't make any sense at all.
I think psychologically people think that the closer they stand, that's going to make their bag come faster. But it doesn't. You're right. There's no logical reason to stand that close. And I always stand back and just wait for the bag. I even stand like at the very end when it's coming around to go back in the thing. I stand there because I don't have to get it when it first pops out. I can, I can wait until most people are crowding around to get it like when it first comes out. And if I wait, then it's going to be, hey, there we go. No crowd. But and the bags, right? The people in the airplane too, waiting to get out. That's kind of a pain in the butt too, right?
Yeah, I'm not good at waiting. I'm not good at waiting. I avoid, going. One of the reasons why I love this job is because our vacations are a little longer, flexible than most people's vacations in the country, right? So everybody's traveling during Golden Week, right? I will absolutely not go anywhere during
Yeah.
Golden Week.
I don't like traveling during Golden Week either. Yeah, no.
I mean, if it's
But
a holiday, I stay home.
Yeah, Golden Week, I hate traveling. It's a pain in the butt in Japan. It really is, because people are crazy.
Yeah.
Everybody they feel like they have to travel during Golden Week, and I've encountered some quite rude people during Golden Week traveling. But I remember going to the States from Tokyo to or no, it was from, that's right, I flew out of Korea, so from Incheon to, I think I went into Dallas, was it? The last time I flew, getting on that flight, that was when Corona was just here. And it was interesting to see how people were dealing with it. Like, you would see some people with masks, some people would have these kind of, alcohol wipes, and they'd be wiping the trays and the seats and whatnot. Right. I did that, but some people wouldn't, it was just weird to see. And everybody was like eyeing each other. I remember that. Everybody was like, kind of like,
Did he cough? I thought I heard a cough. That was him, wasn't it? That guy coughed over there.
Yeah, right. I didn't cough. Right. Are you infected? Yeah. Which was very weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was. So what are you up to this weekend, Dan?
This weekend, I don't know. I mean, Mercy's got tomorrow off because it's the national holiday there. So,
yeah.
So
Me
I think
too. We got tomorrow off. I took off Friday because we're going to go to Takachiho, the wife and I.
Okay.
I'm going to combine that with like a tourism investigation. Yeah. One thing I've heard about, you might have heard about this, that I just heard about, is the Phuket Sandbox model. Have you heard about that?
No.
It's a tourism model where they allow international travelers to just come to Phuket, right? And you don't have to quarantine, right? Yeah, you just go to Phuket, stay in Phuket. You can't leave Phuket, but you can stay in Phuket. I think you have to stay for 2 weeks. But you don't have to quarantine. That basically is the quarantine, right? So you just stay there for 2 weeks, and then you leave again, right? You can't transit through the country. You have to go directly to Phuket and out of Phuket. Wow. And I'm just learning about this the last few days. It sounds like a pretty cool idea for handling COVID. Yeah, you have to be vaccinated and have proof of vaccination.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, okay. If you have to be vaccinated, proof of vaccination, it might be all right. But I mean, to me, that's like, okay, so this is our little petri dish here, and
we still feel that way. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's I don't know. I wouldn't want to travel there. I mean, it's like, I don't know. Just that seems risky for the people that go there.
So just yeah, I think it's somewhat risky. I think it does feel somewhat risky, although it feels like it could be safe,
right?
Or at least safer than trying something else.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, it's definitely better than having to spend 2 weeks quarantine in a hotel somewhere. That's for sure.
Yeah, that's definitely for sure. Although I don't know, you might be right. Maybe it is a petri dish. Gosh, I don't know, right?
I mean, because even if you're vaccinated, remember the best numbers right now for the being fully vaccinated with the common vaccine so far are like 80% or less. That you won't catch the virus, right? So even somebody that's been vaccinated could still bring the virus in there. And if you're stuck, in that location with somebody that might be a carrier, again, even if you're vaccinated, up to 20% of the people there could get infected and then bring it back with them, and they're not, of course, I guess when they're going back home, maybe they'll be quarantined back in their home country. I would hope so, but I don't know. It just doesn't seem like a perfect idea either.
Yeah. Maybe not. And it is risky. Of course, you would be taking a risk. And of course, if I were to do that, I wouldn't wouldn't take my mask off anywhere probably, right? But I'm thinking about having my students research that in the upcoming year, this kind of sandbox model idea in Kumamoto in Oslo, right?
Yeah.
Maybe doing a survey, if possible, with some people. Travel.
I'm a little envious of you right now because or anyone in tourism right now is going to be, a research heaven. I mean, there is so much to be looked at. Pre-COVID, COVID, and post-COVID, and so on, and the way different places and different businesses and different types of tourism-related industries are coping with this, and what they're doing to recover from it, and so on. I mean, that's got to be a tremendously interesting field right now.
Yeah, it is. It is really interesting. The numbers pre-COVID and during COVID and now are very interesting. There's of course huge drop. Billions of tourists drop right in 2020 and billions of dollars too. But yeah, people are coming up with interesting ideas like that one, like that sandbox idea.
Yep.
At least they're trying to figure these things out. And airplanes are being used as cargo planes now, things like that. So yeah, I mean, it's interesting. We're going to try to see what we can do in Kumamoto and also,
Yeah. Oh, did you see where Japan has now surpassed the United States in the number and the percentage of people vaccinated?
No.
Yep.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Japan started like 2 or 3 months later. We've already surpassed the number vaccinated.
That's amazing. And how great that is. That's awesome.
Yep.
I'm glad to hear that. That's great.
I didn't know that Japan would I knew that America, there'd be enough people that were vaccine resistant, resistant or anti-vaxxers or whatever, however you want to label them. There was going to be enough of those that it wasn't going to go over a certain percent, or it was going to take a long time. And, and I knew that even though there are some of those in Japan that, once Japan decided to do something, once they put their mind to it, that they were going to just, go full bore and just really roll it out. And they have. It's been impressive. Been very impressive here.
That's great. That's very, very impressive. And I'm really happy to hear that and see
In
that.
fact, I don't know of any other country that has gone from 0 to basically, over 60% in as short a time as Japan has done. I mean, there are a lot of countries. There are a number of countries that have higher percentages. Like Dubai. Or the UAE, I guess. Whatever, and Israel and Canada, and I mean, there's a handful of countries that have higher numbers than Japan does, but not that reach this degree in this short a time. I mean, Japan's pretty darn impressive, especially for 127 million people.
Totally impressive. Yeah, it's wonderful. Great to hear, and yeah, I mean, that just makes it just that much more safe too in the future, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's just that marathon mentality Japan has, right?
Yep.
Starting off a little bit slow, perhaps, right? But just continuing that marathon, over the long haul, right?
Yep.
And until it's completed, right? That's the 3,000 years of history, I guess, that Japan has, right? They continue over the long haul. They don't look at short term, really. Yeah, they're really, and look, they're 60% already. That's amazing. Yeah, I remember when it was like 16%.
Yeah,
and
it's
fantastic.
It is pretty darn impressive. Yeah.
That's cool, man.
Where was that vaccine tracker? Was that it? But yeah, I it seemed like there were places like where was it? Places like New Zealand that are like less than 10% or something like that.
Wow.
It's really, yeah. I countries that you just you wouldn't expect, but they're They're yeah, really lagging behind. Really lagging behind. Yeah.
Gosh, that's not so good.
Not good at all. No, not good at
Not
all.
good at all, man. Well, Dan, yeah, I'm gonna head off because we're gonna go up to Oslo today.
Okay. Oh yeah.
And,
Okay. So here we go. Here, just
okay,
real
yeah,
quick. Real quick. Let me go ahead and share this. It's that interesting, I think. Let's see. Where did we go here? Here we are. And let's see. Present. And come on. There we go. All right. I know you can't read this. It'll be too small. But so here's this. Oh, let me make it the larger one here. Huh? There we go. Okay. So you can see this here. So so the United Arab Emirates, UAE is clear at 91% that are at least partially vaccinated, right? Portugal and Spain are both 80%, 87%. Singapore 79, Uruguay 78, Denmark 76, Chile, China, Canada 76, all 76. Iceland 70, or yeah, Iceland 75, and so on. Japan, like I said, Japan got a slower start than anybody else. So United Kingdom is 71, Japan is 67, and there were at least 3 months delay after the UK started before Japan started, and already we're only 4 percentage points behind where they are.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah.
That's amazing, man. Yeah, it's great.
I mean, you can see that. Yeah. So Japan here is right in the middle of this. Right in the middle. It's at the part where the above the bulge. There's a drop off. United States is now at 62% that are at least partially vaccinated. Right.
That's fantastic. Yeah, I mean, it's creeping up. It'll go further. I'm sure it'll get to nearly 100%. Kana. I mean, I know there are some anti-vaxxers here in Japan.
Yeah. Plus, people with conditions where it would be a risk to, it's a significant risk to get vaccinated, and so they choose not to, and so on. But I mean, we know, generally, whatever the pre-existing condition is, it's more dangerous to get the virus than it is to get the vaccine, right? Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Indeed. Yeah, man.
Yeah, but here down at the bottom, Tanzania, Ethiopia, Nigeria, Kenya, Egypt. I mean, so the bottom 5 are all in Africa, right?
Right.
And then
no access, right?
Yeah, Bangladesh and Pakistan are down close to the bottom. Vietnam is only 28%. They're when you get to Asia, Vietnam only 28% vaccinated. Yeah,
that's surprising. I thought they would be higher too.
Yeah, India is already at 44%.
That's good. Yeah. Look at that.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah, it's quite amazing. Yeah. I can find no information on the Philippines, and that's one of the places dear to my heart. But I can't find any information on the. I was looking at a different site that had a world map, and it was kind of neat. You could move your cursor over the map, and when you're over a country, a thing would pop up and tell you what the percentages are of fully vaccinated and partially vaccinated, and the same, basically these same numbers would pop up there, but over the Philippines, nothing, no data.
You're kidding? Why is that, I wonder?
I don't know, because I know a lot of people have been vaccinated there. My family, basically everybody in my wife's family have been vaccinated, at least once, most of them twice already. And yet, I don't find the data for that.
Very weird. I wonder why.
And the Philippines has got a hodgepodge. I know Sinovac and the Sputnik were there pretty early, and the AstraZeneca came pretty quick. Pfizer and Moderna. Pfizer, and I'm not sure if Pfizer is actually available yet. Moderna was starting to be available not too long ago. I think somebody in the family got Moderna. because it's a
Yeah.
lot less restrictive. It didn't need the refrigerating requirements that the Pfizer did, and so on. But yeah,
Wow.
it's so strange that there's basically no
That is
data.
really bizarre, man. Very bizarre. Well, what maybe Saturday, if you're around, we can do a little thing.
All right. Yeah. Let's see.
Are you going back in time?
Yeah. So in April, Japan basically hadn't started yet. Japan was less than 1% in April, and the United States in April was almost 40%, 39% in April, middle of April, right? And then America barely crept up, but like Japan.
Wow, it's cool.
Japan was just jumping up by leaps and bounds,
Yeah, it's amazing.
all the way through June, July, August, September. Just been bouncing up, bouncing up. So
wow, that's great. Incredible, man. Incredible.
We're in the right place, man. We're in the right place,
man. Let's keep it here then.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Hey Dan, thanks a lot, man. Sorry I was a little late jumping on, but thank you very much.
Yeah. Okay. So you're headed up to Oslo, huh? All right. Well, have a good time then. And we'll keep in touch. If you want to do something, let me know.
Let's do that.
All right.
Tomorrow I'm around too. Probably not much going. Like 24th, we're going to Takachiho. The weekend I'll be around.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Sounds great.
Sounds
man.
good. All right then. We'll end it here and bye-bye.
Yeah.